Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz, continuing Abel's route. Still in, chapter 6. Gonna have eclairs with Chalet because, he was so lonely when it was gonna be all sad. He can't have tweets alone. Sir, all you had to do was offer me treats. Just probably why I'd absolutely climb in a van with strangers. But again, the people in the white van always have the best fucking candy. So, like, hi. Why would you not? Anyway, you look like you were about to throw yourself into the ocean. I wouldn't go that far, but yes, I've been feeling a little down. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. I actually thought about it, maybe. Now that you mention it. Like, what the fuck? I'm good at keeping secrets. Huh? Whatever it is, tell me. I'm here to listen. Like, do we trust this man? You know what? If trusting Chalet is wrong, I don't want to be right. He is so fun. That warm, inviting smile gave me pause. Whether it be spy hunting or the village, it was tough for me to shoulder on my own. Also, he seems like a main side character. I mean, okay, there's like our dateable main characters, and then there's the non-dateable main characters. So basically a main side character. He's kind of one of the main characters. So I kind of feel like if he's going to be shady or evil or whatever, it's not going to come out in Abel's route. You wouldn't know, so trusting him now isn't a bad idea. Because, like, you're not going to find out he's a bad guy in Abel's route. That would ruin him for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? If he's going to be king of the evils, you're not going to find out till the last round, right? And I don't know how this game is structured. Like, there's some where there's an overarching... Okay, there's a main plot, overarching, and any of the characters that you might meet, like, oh, Queen Kiora, Alias, and Chalet are all evil or something. You're not going to find that out until the very last route, okay, which would be Wilhelm's route, right? But, like, some of them also kind of have, like, I mean, they always have, like, a side plot. So, like, Lustin being, like, fucking Robin Hood is a side plot. So it's going to be the main plot of his, but it's also in tandem with the overarching whole game plot. But, like, I don't know where I was going with this. Like, some games also, like, even though, okay, yeah, there's battles, like, there will be no main plot. Each route has its own kind of thing. Like, okay, we're in Nirvana and we have to get the cursed sword, so Abel's route's totally on its own. Where, like, everything that was in the very beginning and, like, Gustav being evil and everything, okay, that's all wrapped up in the common route, kinda. And then Abel's right now has his own strict, like, oh, there could be some, like, I mean, like, yes, I guess they I feel like this game's gonna have a main overarching plot because they set up Romula as being kind of evil and doing whatever. But they could totally have individual branching narratives that get wrapped up at the end of the route and there is no overarching evil plot. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, Romula's bad. Nobody's working for them. There's no shady characters out of everyone we met. You go down Abel's route, you fight Romula, yay, well, you fall in love with Abel, and then we're done. And then that's it. It's like, it's tied up in a nice little bow, not, okay, when you get to Wilhelm's route, then certain things that happened in Abel's route kind of make sense, or all of there's bits and pieces of the main plot in each route. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like totally their own little tendrils. They don't all kind of come back together at the end. So, like, they could do it that way, and if they do, then, I mean, but again, I don't think that they would make any of our characters that we've met be evil or bad or whatever, because it ruins them in the rest of the routes. You'd meet a new character all of a sudden in Abel's route. There'd be a whole new character, and you'd be like, okay, you're the shady son of a bitch. Like, so, if you're going to be shady and evil, we're not going to find out till Wilhelm's route. So trusting him right now is a good idea because it's not going to backfire on us in this route. Although, maybe. She's not going to know. But if she tells him something and then you're like, something comes out later and you're like, wait, the only person who knew this was Chalet. And like, then they found out and the bad people found out. So, and then it makes him look sus. But I'm just saying, this is my justification for trusting him. Because like, we're not going to find out he's shady until Wilhelm's route at least. So like, totally fine to trust him up until that point, right? Totally fine not to trust Alias at fucking all. I just like Chalet, so if trusting him is wrong, again, I don't want to be right, so. That warm, inviting smile gave me pause. I mean, should and shouldn't. Whether it be spy hunting or the village, it was tough for me to shoulder on my own. But I can't be sure if Chalet is truly an ally. Wing it. The situation with Romu is a military secret. I can't talk about it so easily. I've been struggling with the cursed sword, but it's something out of my hands. You always clam up and your smile doesn't quite reach your eyes when you're lying. You're really terrible at it. I'm not lying. You just proved my point. Oh no, now what? You'd be like, can you teach me how to lie better? I'm gonna need to do it. He sees through anything I say, but I must keep Romua's issue a secret. Have an eclair. Thanks. Biting into the eclair, I caught Chalet watching me, a gentle smile on his face. Just keep calm, Spacey. I reached out for my teacup. Stay calm. Stay calm. Did something happen in the forest? Huh? Oh, sorry! It's okay, I've got it. You didn't burn yourself, did you? No burns. I'm fine. Chalet, I'll clean it up. I was the one that broke it. I don't want you to get hurt from the shards. A girl's hands shouldn't have scars, especially when it holds the cursed sword. Oh. My heart raced at his words, and Chalet quickly collected every piece. I'm really sorry. Don't worry about it. Despite his constant smile, Chalet surely saw how nervous I was. That's why he said what he did. He's like, you know what I mean? I feel like he's like trying to get it out of you. So, how can I get through this? You're looking for the boy connected to Romula, aren't you? Chalet? I shouted out of reflex, but before I gasped. Wow. But it was too late. Way too late. Chalet's grin widened, evidently amused by the situation more than ever. Yeah, I mean, like, he knows shit. I mean, he's like, so what about the forest? And you're like, what? And you're like, was I wrong? You're wrong. No, you're right. I feel like we should say, no, you're right. No, we say you're wrong. Really? Huh, okay, interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. If that's how you play dumb, you'd fail miserably as an actress. I'm not trying to tease you, so I'll tell you how I know. The one who witnessed the boy is an acquaintance of mine. Tifalet. Do you know a man called Igor of Romua? Igor? Yes, I've seen him. I heard he was in the forest. So he was. I heard it was from afar, so they couldn't tell who the kid was. He wore a cape. But his boots looked like Nirvana's, so I secretly informed Queen Kiora. That explains it. You were asking Guido about the forest, weren't you? All right, that's true. He was there, wasn't he? And he's like, here you go, I'm going to pay for my meal. That's how he knows about the forest. Nirvana's students in the forest is nothing out of the ordinary. It's a bit odd to even ask about it in the first place. So I thought you were looking into it as well. Yes, you're right. There was no point in hiding it anymore. I forced a smile and continued. I get it, because if we're like, what? No! And then he explains everything, and then we're like, all right, you're right. So, okay. Queen Kiora asked me to, but it's hard for me to take on this task. You mean to doubt those you know? Thank goodness I'm not a Nirvana student. I wouldn't want you to suspect me. I don't want to suspect you either, sweetie. Don't worry. Remember what I said. Chalet put his index finger to his lips. I keep secrets. I won't tell a soul. It was too early for me to feel relieved, but Chalet's calm tone and reassuring smile eased some of the tension. I trusted Yuriana, but as long as she was a Nirvana student, I couldn't talk to her about this issue. In that sense, Chalet was the most appropriate person to talk to. I'll do some digging, too. I'm at least better than you at gathering intel. I believe that. Can I leave that to you? I'll do what I can on my side. Perhaps you shouldn't. Everyone will see right through you. He ain't wrong. After leaving Chalet's, I spotted Salon by the post, and our eyes met. Post, yeah. I greeted him with a wave, and he dashed over, returning the gesture energetically. Good evening. Evening, Salon. How are you? Fantastic as always. Well, never mind me. I wanted to tell you how Mark's doing. Thanks. Is he doing well? He's doing great. He's sharp with numbers, so he's studying bookkeeping at the office. Well, that's impressive. Also, I don't mean to ask a favor, but... What is it? He recently said he wanted to learn how to fight with a sword, but I'm no good at it. I can teach him. Really? I'll write a note for when I don't have class. Mark prefers the day to night, right? You're a lifesaver. Interesting. Oh, now we're already in chapter 7. Sound of the bell. The bell or a bell? Get it? Abel? A bell? Okay. Anyway. Transitions! Next, Posh, answer this. Yes. You were listening, weren't you? Not typically. Oh, I was now completely used to classes in Nirvana. Not only warfare, but we also learned language, history, psychology, and other intriguing subjects. It's all just a round of people staring. Oh! An unfamiliar bell rang, and the entire class started to whisper. Okay, I did not hear a bell sound, sorry. I quietly asked Yuriana, sitting next to me. Hey, what's that bell for? Silence! An instructor Mia's command, we instantly fell silent, adjusting our posture. You heard the bell. Everyone out! Prepare for battle! What now? Then the bell means that war broke out somewhere? Yep, he was your first alert, right? Yuriana and I prepared our armor in our room. I think we'll be subduing a minor rebellion. There weren't any big movements in the east or west. Maybe it's Diagraph again. But that doesn't mean I'll take it lightly. Yuriana adeptly suited up in her armor as she spoke. My armor, issued alongside my uniform, had been sitting in the room untouched. I felt nervous now that I had to wear it. Oh, you look nice in armor. I haven't seen you in it before, but it suits you well. Excuse me? What kind of armor is this? She was more protected in her uniform. What man decided to draw the ladies' armor? I'm sorry. If the men aren't there flashing their abs, I'm calling fucking shenanigans on the armor in this situation. I seriously at first thought, okay, she's got like a breastplate or whatever on over. And then I was like, no, she literally ain't got no shoulder. She got some elbow pads and she got her tits covered and that's it. The rest of it is like a fucking drape. She got a couple of rugs going on. Like, she got some flaps. She got a loincloth. What the shit? Seriously? This is what we have to deal with as female characters when you are playing in any other kind of like game that is like male dominated, you know what I mean? Or men made it and they're like, oh, let's put just tiny little, and you're like, she has nipple covers and wrist braces, and that's it. That's all that's covering this bitch. Like, she's going to war in it, but this is a game for women, and you still dressing the women like fucking war eye candy. Cheerleaders at football games wear more than this. She's going to war. This ain't protecting anything. You know what? Okay, I'm with Richard. If you get injured in war, you probably deserve to die because you're not even wearing clothing. What the fuck? I never thought we'd agree with Dick on anything, but you know what? Fair. Fair, Dick. If you're gonna dress like this, I mean, you were literally asking for some serious injuries. Try to cover yourself. Wear some chainmail or something. Come on. I know, it's just a game, but it's still like, what the fuck is this? Like, I mean, I can understand if they're not going to wear, like, helmets or anything. You're like, okay, fine. But, like, seriously, she has got, like, I'm wearing more metal than she is in my underwire on my fucking bra. What the shit? Like, this ain't stopping shit. This is what I swear to God, if the men's costumes aren't as slutty, if they better be dressed like whores. All right? They better just be walking around. Abs better be out. They better just have shoulder plate, chest, and abs out. That's all I'm saying. This better be ridiculous like this. Just to make it fair, and then I will be like, okay, Nirvana is absolutely full of shit because our fucking class uniforms are more protective for war than this. Like, holy shit. Seriously. What? Oh my God. Really? Thanks, Yuriana. You look really cool and beautiful. I mean, she does look really cool and beautiful, but it's not protecting anybody, okay? It's just for aesthetics. What's wrong? Just soaking in the moment. Never imagined myself complimenting each other's armor with a roommate. I see. All set. Let's go. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying the men better be half naked too, or I'm gonna call fucking bullshit. Yuriana and I went to the courtyard where many students had already assembled. Everyone was in armor, of course, and it was an imposing sight. I was intimidated just by looking at them. No! 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 Look! Look at how much he got a full fucking unit! Okay, his arms are the only thing up, but what the fuck is this? Why are we wearing booba armor and then just a bunch of loincloths? Half naked, and the men are fully fucking covered. He's got a turtleneck on. He has got fingers on his gloves. We are basically, our tits and our elbows are the only things protected here. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't. I fucking can't. No. This is the kind of shit you expect when you were playing, again, any kind of work, anything, and you were like, men made this game, and this is why the women have tits the size of their heads and are not wearing any armor, and this would not protect anyone, but sure, okay, fine. Whatever. Okay? But you made a game for women, and you should have, no. They should have been dressed like man whores. They should have looked like strippers. That's what it should have been. It should have been like, if strippers were gonna wear armor, air quotes around armor, and that's what you should have dressed them like. Male strippers. Okay? Well, then I would have been like, okay, everybody is dressed ridiculously, and this is all a bunch of bullshit, but fine. But no, you just dress the women like this? What in the actual fuck were you thinking? Did you not think women were going to play this game and go, the fuck is this? Why? Why? Excuse me? But like, seriously? Okay. I'm just, you know what? I just, shenanigans and bullshit is this? Like, what the fuck? Oh, the most ridiculous shit that doesn't make any sense. If it all didn't make sense, then I'd be like, none of it makes sense. But the men are dressed like, okay, sure, you're wearing clothing. And the women are wearing a tinfoil bra, and that's about it. Like, we are going to war, right? We're not standing on the sidelines cheering for you, right? Where we have to be like, because if we're just standing on the sidelines, then that may, I guess, sure, but we're not, right? We're actually going to fight in the war and try not to die with every bit of our skin exposed? Like, what? Excuse me? Jesus Christ. You know, there's shit to be nitpicky in games about, but this is one of the most outstanding things in a game that you were like, what the actual I will grant Virtue Evermore its science, or lack thereof, and be like, you know what? Fine. None of it makes any sense, and your science ain't sciencing, and your math ain't mathin', but okay, whatever. That is still more realistic than what the fuck we're wearing going to war. Okay? How are we here? Oh my god. I'm not, like, really mad about it, like, at all. I find it completely fucking absurd and ridiculous. But, like, I do want to have a question. Tim and Ronald were in the art department for this one, weren't you guys? This is your fucking fault. What were you thinking? What the actual fuck? Because what the actual fuck? That's all. I have questions and a slap for whoever thought this was a good idea. That's all I'm saying. Oh, there's Abel. I mean, don't get me wrong. He looks fine in this. But, like, and I can't see Abel wearing, like, a slutty costume. But, like, I still want to see Abel in a slutty costume. You know what I mean? I just... This looks more knightly. This works better for him, but at the same time, if I gotta be wearing barely anything, I feel like it should just be the uniform for everyone. He was standing alone, a bit further away. It didn't seem like it was out of avoidance, but simply in his usual solitary manner. In his armor, he seemed even more formidable than in his standard uniform. I guess someone like Abel's more suited for the cursed sword than I am. It wasn't negativity, but an honest thought. Alright, is everyone present? How come you're not in fucking armor? You're gonna send kids out to do your job? Instructor Leonidas emerged from the staff building. Every student stood at attention and saluted. I mean, to be fair, again, even you still have more protection. Your belt is gonna protect your whole body more than my tinfoil bra is gonna protect me. I'm just saying. Your destination is Mijas Village? Located in Milvaria, but closer to Azul. I'm saying Mijas like it's more Spanish than anything. I don't know. 2 days ago, a group calling themselves a revolutionary army rose up, aiming for militarization. They've taken the entirety of Mijas Village hostage. Our mission is to work alongside Milvaria's army to swiftly rescue the hostages. We'll stop the rebels and arrest the leader. We outnumber them, yet lack precise intel on whether the insurgents include foreign operatives or are merely disgruntled locals. Remain vigilant in your operations. Yes, sir! Now we're moving out! We followed the instructor, making our way towards the gate. Just as I started to follow, a hand tapped my shoulder. This'll be your first battlefield. As Leonidas mentioned, Mia's village situation is relatively minor uprising. It's an apt scenario for your first battle. I know it doesn't sound very nice. You'll join the first company this time. It means... Yes, Yuriana, Abel, and Lustin will be with you. My swell of excitement was quickly tempered when I thought of Nike, which made me sad. Remember, training and actual battles are not the same. Bear this in mind as you carry out your responsibilities as a Nirvana student. Of course, you're free to use your curse sword. I fucking hope so, because, like, otherwise what am I doing? Slapping people? I mean, to be fair, all I have to do is walk up and be like, hey, and they'll probably fall over because, like, look at our outfits. Look at our fucking outfits. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cute. And again, I have literally nothing wrong with if you were, like, playing a game and you were like, I'm gonna dress, and yeah, it's totally impractical, but I'm going for, but I'm having fun with it. Sure, fine. It's totally fucking impractical. But at least make the men totally fucking impractical, too, where you're like, we are all gonna die so easily. Alright, but when you give men an outfit that looks like, okay, sure, and then you give us this, I have to question you. Like, fuck? What man thought a woman would play this game and be like, hell yeah, and not actually question what the fuck? That's where that's where the problem lies. You know? You know? If a woman designed the characters in this game, they would have made the men wear slutty costumes, and we would have been like, yeah, none of this makes any sense. None of these are not very practical. None of these outfits are practical. But, like, we're all wearing sexy little outfits, so sure, okay, what ifs? We're just here for the eye candy. Okay, cool, fine. But when you dress the men in something practical and you dress the women completely impractical, it makes me go, men drew these, and what the fuck were you doing in a Tome game making the men not eye candy for me? Again, Abel actually does look really good, don't get me wrong. I think that might look better than if he was in a slutty little costume, but at least put the women in something similar? You know? Like, this is kind of... What the fuck? It's just so ridiculous. Oh my god. Men are fucking ridiculous. You know a man did it. No woman in their right mind would have been like, hell yeah, let's put her in a thong and put him in a full fucking suit of armor, headgear, everything, and she's out here in pasties and a thong. Like... And, 8-inch stripper heels. Because we gotta have those to make our legs look nice in the battlefield. Like, what the fuck? Jesus. Less realistic than the science in Verche. And that's saying something, because the science in that didn't even know how to spell science, okay? Just to make sure not to let it control... Oh, just make sure not to let it control you. Keep your will strong to keep it at bay. I have to keep my will strong. It's the only thing I have holding me together because this outfit's gonna kill me. I got part of the incident with Abel. It was a close call, but your willpower seemed to have reined in the cursed sword. He ain't wrong. Really? That's what I chose to believe. Oh, that's what I choose to believe. Yeah, that's not. You had me there. You were like, oh, really? And he's like, I mean, I choose to believe that. Kind of backpedaled. The instructor's smile looked a bit forced. After the cursed sword went out of control, its use within the academy was forbidden. I mean, okay. So him being a little nervous for us, because we're going out to battle and we don't know how to control the cursed sword, I could totally understand. You know what I mean? Like him like, yeah, I just, I'm really worried for you, and I don't know, I'm trying to like, be like, you've got this. Do I really? I don't know. You know? Fair. Absolutely valid. However, there's also a part of me, because I think he's sus as shit, is like, him being like, oh, your strong will reined it in. And we're like, really? He's like, I choose to believe that. And like he's saying these things like, and giving us this shadow of doubt, because then we'll doubt ourselves. And then we will not be able to control the sword. I don't know why he would want us to not be able to control it, but you know what I mean? And you're like, are you acting like this to try to make me doubt myself? You know? So then I'm like, I don't know if I trust anything that comes out of your mouth. But with the sudden conflict on the horizon, I found myself compelled to use it again. Since then, you haven't been ill or fallen into a negative mental state, right? Yeah, I've been fine. Well, we were going to throw ourselves in the ocean, according to Chalet, so that's good to hear. Good luck out there. Instructor Alias patted my shoulder gently. Hey, hands off my bare shoulders. Thank you. Also, it's wildly inappropriate that teenage girls are dressed like this in front of adult men. We boarded a carriage far larger than the one we took to Azul and Digraph. We set off to my first foray into combat. It's funny, though, because everybody else in this is literally just wearing their, like, school uniforms and not their military. I didn't even bother. Yuriana was quietly humming in front of me while maintaining her spear. Some students were polishing their weapons, napping, or talking to each other. None of them looked tense at all, and it didn't feel like we were headed to war. Since I didn't have a personal weapon, it felt awkward and uncomfortable. I guess this is just a part of life for everyone here. By the window, Abel observed the passing landscape in silence. He was so calm to the point of being disinterested, but I was sure his resolve in combat would be unwavering. My first battle. I must try hard to prove myself capable of wielding the cursed sword. I'm just saying. If a sword or a spear or anything goes, it's in my shoulder, I'm going to be like, fucking serious? This is what you get for just wearing band-aids. I'm going to keep making fun of these costumes because they're fucking ridiculous. It doesn't make me dislike the game, don't get me wrong, but it is like, I still am never going to stop feeling like, what the fuck? Seriously? What the fuck? We arrived at Mijas around dusk. The moment we got off the carriage, we heard screams and clangor of conflict. And clangor of wouldn't it be the clangor of conflict? I don't know. Man, this poor village was probably cute once, and now look at it. It's just like when my village... I felt a chill run down my spine, but I couldn't run away. I had to save them. I mean, there's a part of me that almost wants to be like, yeah, maybe throwing her into combat right now while she still has a little bit of PTSD is probably not the best thing, but at the same time, it's like, but you're gonna have to work past it because if you're in a military school and you're gonna face shit like this eventually, and it's gonna trigger that, oh my god, my village, like, it's gonna trigger it. You know what I mean? There's no way to avoid it. Except for not being in a military school, but there's no way to not be in the military school, because that's the whole point of this game, so. While I stared at my right hand, Abel stepped in front of everyone. I'm in command of this operation. Oh, sexy. Wear less. Just kidding. Again, I don't think he could pull it off. I mean, it'd be funny, but I'd be like, what did they put you in? You know what I mean? They could have given him the sleeve things, and he could have just had like a little like tassely band thing, like we've got like a loincloth, and you know what I mean? Just across his nips to cover him, to protect. Just like a little, a third of what he's wearing is what he should have been wearing to match us, all I'm saying. 3rd to 7th Company, focus on rescue. 1st and 2nd, we're heading straight for the square to capture the rebels. Do not kill anyone who has surrendered. Let's go. But we can kill anyone else? The students all went their separate ways. I chased after Abel toward the plaza. They said there were hostages, but many ordinary young men fought with swords. I thought of Dad and had the urge to save them, but rescue was tasked to others. I kept running while my anxiety grew. I hoped I'd be able to fight properly alongside everyone. I repeated that sentiment in my mind. I hope so too, because to be fair, she managed with Gustav. Now I know it was smaller and not like, you know what I mean? It was just Gustav and like whatever. But she managed that. So like for her to totally fuck up here, with Wilhelm would just kind of be a backslide. And I'm not expecting her to be like, oh my god, you're the MVP of this war. But like, I'm expecting her to be able to hold her own here at least and do a decent enough job, and not, well, you were a complete failure when you were doing okay with Gustav. Like, you took a step up. You know what I mean? She took a step forward in the fight with Gustav. And then, a shaky half a step forward with fighting with Abel because at least you were able to control Wilhelm, but like, whatever, But, like, now we're in the thick of battle. Don't be, like, 4 steps back and then be useless again. Don't do that to our girl. Over there. Up ahead, soldiers stood in formation with distressed women and children behind their backs. I have to go help them. I held my right hand high into the air. Cursed sword, give us your power like before. A familiar azure glow calmed my nerves. It was a given that I had to do my best, but the power of the light was a great aid. Okay, so like Asaka's got an outfit on. I mean, everybody's wearing. Okay, so maybe we're not all wearing Nirvana uniforms. Everybody's armor is different. That would make. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll take that. So maybe Yuriana is only dressed like that and we are not dressed like that. It's not like that's because that's Digroth armor, which is sexier. Because we've kind of seen they're all walking around with their fucking like abs out. So okay, so if Posh is kind of dressed like her too, I mean, well, yeah, because I guess Ignis kind of had like abs going for us and everything. So their armor's a little sluttier. Let's be real. Let's be real. It's a little revealing and not very protective. So that would make sense if Yuriana's armor is like Digroth kind of armor, and you're like, okay, so it's really impractical. Because like Asaka, like his like shoulder guards and everything are very Asian inspired. You know what I mean? Even though, and like, you know, and then Lustin looks totally different. He's not wearing anything the same as he's really just wearing his school uniform with like a couple little bits of armor, to be fair. You know what I mean? Whereas Abel is wearing like a full fucking fancy ass uniform thing. So it's like, okay, it seems like everybody's armor is as different as their uniforms. So we might actually have real clothing on, and it might just be poor Yuriana that's like, what the fuck are you wearing? That's not going to protect you. All right, okay. All right, fair enough. All right, listen. I will take back some of my what the fucks then if that's the case. But still, Yuriana, that's not protecting fucking anything, girl. Jesus, what the fuck? But then I won't feel as bad about it. I'll be like, okay, it's just Digroth armor that we have to be what the fuck about. But sure, I take that over Nirvana issued armor to us. I mean, they issued armor to me, but like, maybe that's because I don't have any. But like, Yuriana's wearing Digroth armor. They're all kind of wearing armor from their respective countries, cities, towns, whatever, you know? Or they're allowed to customize it based on, and like the way you can kind of customize your uniform. All right, okay. All right, okay. I'll take back some of my griping. All right. But, you know, then the armor makes, I mean, still doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it makes more sense than Verce's science. So, all right. We're back in normal town. We're not crazy town anymore. All right. Thanks for that. I feel more motivated now. What a sight. It's beautiful. And just looking at it's giving me strength. You're right. Let's go. Energized by the azure radiance, the group readied their arms and advanced. Ready? Let's move. Yeah, let's do this. I parried an attack and noticed they were singularly focused on me. Watch out! Focus on defeating them! Yes! Perhaps word of the cursed sword had spread, or maybe it was because of my gender. I faced the attackers with resolve, countering their moves with all my might. Wilhelm, can you hear me? Silence followed. I hope there was no risk of it going out of control for now. I'd be like, this is the time where you can get bloodthirsty. Perhaps it was ignoring me on purpose, though. You'll regret this! Ah! Their weaknesses showed in sword clashes. Despite their armor, their lack of combat skill was apparent. They probably were just common villagers. Initially, I was so worried when I first held the sword, but now, with each swing, I felt my courage building up. It was as if the sword was protecting me. Damn you! You're just a little girl! Abel fought nearby, effortlessly handling his foes, yet the plaza was still full of soldiers. The fight seemed endless. Don't lose to these Nirvana brats! Ah! I channeled all my strength into the cursed sword and deflected his attack skyward. And it's nice that at least, okay, like, Wilhelm's not here, so he's not controlling us. She's managing it. But the sword's giving everybody still a little bit of a boost. So, like, whereas we might be like, okay, this is a little bit harder, she's stronger because of the cursed sword, and everybody on our side is a little bit stronger and more energized because of the sword. That's kind of a nice effect of it. I like that. You know what I mean? But it's also nice that, like, she's able to kind of hold her own. Wilhelm's not controlling her body, you know, where she's like, okay, I'm just along for the ride here. He's taking control of me. Like, she's actually doing the work right now, you know? Ah! I struck his thigh to immobilize him. The intent was to incapacitate, not to slay. This time it seems under control. I was sure of it after exchanging strikes a few times. There was a higher chance of going out of control when Wilhelm was awake. No, for now I have to focus on fighting. Even though I told myself that, I glanced over at Abel when I noticed the wave of soldiers coming at us stopped. I knew he was amazing, but having observed his combat skills, what stood out was his unwavering resolve. If it was just a matter of strength, Lustin, Asaka, and Richard were also strong. But Abel's sword technique seemed unparalleled and honed to perfection. I was sure I wasn't the only one who aspired to fight like him. Anyone who wielded a sword would envy him at least once. Speaking of which, how's Yuriana doing? Perhaps she was more concerned for me. And then in the next moment... Yuriana? Glancing up, I saw her encircled by enemies. Abel also spotted her from the front lines. I'm on it! Without waiting for his nod, I dashed over to save Yuriana. Yuriana! Oh!
What's this? Another woman? Desperate times for Nirvana sending women to battle.
Figures like Lady Ignis and other female warriors existed in their own right, but there were fewer of us, so we stood out. Well, I mean, also if you're wearing armor like Yuriana, you're gonna stand out. I'm just saying. Don't insult us!
Huh? Whoa, you got pep.
I mean, and, men are twats too, but... I'm just saying, that's not protecting anybody, but... I won't lose to you! I don't know what we're wearing. I'm just saying. Ah! I do like that these men are acting like douchebags. Like, oh, whatever, a little lady. And then we just cut their tongues out and they're like, ah! And we're like, nice, yeah. Fuck you, dude. I mean, listen, I like them getting their comeuppance. If only we could punch Dick in the face. By the time the sun was rising, Miha's village neared liberation. Only a few from Nirvana were injured. No one among the Milvarian forces were lost, which made the operation a major success. You saved me this time! Thank you! No need for thanks. I'll help you anytime. I hope we do get to see what we're wearing. I want to know what our fucking, armor looks like, Then count on me to have your back whenever you're in danger. I do, trust me. And I'll rush to yours as well. Seriously, Yuriana can kick ass, so. As we waited to return to Nirvana, we continued our conversation. I felt elated by Yuriana, the cursed sword, and being able to help everyone. But this isn't the first time. There's still only a few female warriors, so I've been targeted so many times. Really? But here I am, alive and well. They must be lucky. You need to be extra vigilant, especially with the cursed sword. Right. I'll be careful. Thanks. Yeah, because they're going to target me because I'm a girl, because they're going to be like, oh, tiny little lady. Because they're chuckle fucks, but also kill her, she'll be easy to kill, and she's got the cursed sword. And it's like, yeah, but the cursed sword can kick your ass, so. We left Miha's village and returned to Nirvana by evening. I was up all night, still too full of adrenaline to sleep. Yuriana had quickly eaten and bathed before heading off to bed. I wandered out into the yard, drawn by the lunaria flowers. Boyfriend? Oh.
Taking a stroll? Or is it the flowers again?
Yeah.
And you're always so diligent, even fresh off a mission.
Just so you know, I'm not doing this because I was ordered to. The bloom varies by day, so it's not a daily thing, but it's become a habit, and I get antsy if I skip it.
Yeah.
His sudden casual tone made my heart jump. Maybe he's getting used to me. No, I'm making him sound like a beast. Are you out for a walk, Abel?
Yeah.
The yard's so peaceful at night. Perfect for walks.
Yeah.
We bumped into each other here recently. Do you go on walks often?
Occasionally.
The stars look so pretty tonight.
Seems so.
So awkward. We're like, the stars are nice. Uh-huh. Do you see that over there? It's a tree. Like, you're like asking him questions. He's like, uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. Like, one word answers. Oh my god. And we're just staring at each other awkwardly now. What am I supposed to say next? As I pondered.
You have a habit of helping others.
Pardon? His sudden remark took me aback.
Wait.
Are you referring to Uriana?
Yes, and your mother as well.
Isn't that natural? Yeah, okay. I was like, you think so? No, like, isn't that natural? But isn't that natural?
He was like, Huh?
I felt a twinge of regret after saying that. Reflecting on it, I realized my motivations to fight differed from Abel's. I'm sorry, we're all different.
Yeah.
You got a mad face, but we got points. Don't worry about it. Perhaps my past experiences have made my desire to protect what I love stronger.
I see.
Oh, see, now I love that. We're like, it makes me want to protect what I love, you know? My desire to protect what I love is stronger, right? So we love our mother, so we had desire to protect her. We love Uriana, and then there's going to be a point where we're going to go in and be like, don't worry, Abel, I'll protect you. And he's going to be like, you have a habit of protecting what you love. And you're like, I know, I do love you. That's going to be like our outing ourselves and telling him we love him by protecting him. And then him being like, oh my god, do you love me? Oh my god, you do. Oh, it's going to come up later. Watch.
I see.
Abel only responded in short remarks. That was typical of him, but I wanted him to say something more. I can't wait until we fall in love and then he has a 40-minute long monologue and we're like, does this man ever shut up? Because like he never talks. Maybe it's best to shift the conversation. Abel, you're amazing. You fight without any hesitation.
Me?
Yeah, you.
You think so?
Yeah, you must be mentally strong, too. A quiet pause followed. He didn't appear annoyed, but he didn't seem pleased either. And then I wondered to myself why I cared so much about Abel's reaction. I feel like we're invincible with you. I'm sure we'll be fine against even Romua.
Romua?
The name slipped out, revealing my lingering uncertainties about the monarch's words.
That's not improbable. We encountered them in Azul, after all.
He didn't pursue the matter, which brought me a sense of relief. When it happens, I'll fight with all I have.
Right. Do your best. I think your practice is paying off.
Oh my god, he complimented us. Thank you, Abel. It's all thanks to your advice in the forest. You said I have a small frame, so I should do more practice swings to build muscle. That was when I started. Oh, look at him blushing. Oh, right. I remembered about Mark. I initially planned to teach him myself, but I thought someone of Abel's capability and experience could offer him more. On top of that, Mark knew Abel. Is it imprudent to ask? But for Mark's sake, it's better that I ask Abel to help Mark. Don't ask. I feel like we should ask. Only because, like, yeah, let's ask. Because then it's, like, kind of cute. And if he says no, we can help, you know? Yeah, okay. Oh, well. I should just go for it and ask. Hey, Abel, there's a favor I want to ask you.
What is it?
Remember Mark from the forest?
Yeah, of course.
He's interested in learning swordsmanship.
Huh?
So, if you have any spare time, would you consider training him?
Me?
Oh no, this isn't looking good. Maybe if I just explain. At first I thought I should teach him, but he'd benefit more from a stronger mentor. That's why I thought of you. And he's blushing. He's like,
Okay.
oh, adorable. But I understand if you're too busy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
No.
What?
If you don't mind that I do.
Why so surprised? Sorry, I just thought it might be a pain for you. Not at all. I'll have a word with him next time I see him. Thank you. I bet he'll be thrilled. Thanks again. And then he's blushing. I like it when he blushes. It's adorable. It's better than learning from you, at least. Oh! Oh, that's the kind of cold marshmallow I love. You're like, oh, he's all blushing and adorable, and then you insult me! Sir? If you put on glasses and pinned me up against a wall, I'd be 118% sold. Hey, that's mean! I'm just saying, when they're mean to me, but they're wearing glasses and I'm pinned against something, all bets are off. But you know what? You're still being mean to me for no reason, so still like it. Still my kink. And then he's laughing. And then he's beaming at us with a beaming smile, like glowing like the sun. Seeing his smile after so long made me feel bashful. I shouldn't have felt that way. Well, yeah, but you're right. I should get going. See you in class. Yeah, see you there. What was that all about? What's going on? His brief smile was stuck in my mind, and it just wouldn't fade away. That's because he's beautiful and he smiles. But really, I'm just happy for Mark. And thank goodness he didn't catch on to the Romulus situation. I crouched down by the lunaria tree and gazed up at the night sky. Shelley told me not to push myself. Maybe I'm really not cut out for this. I hope people won't see right through me. Under the moon's gaze, I made a wish, then went back to picking lunaria flowers. Transitions!
What? They're making us do that today? The instructors are the worst! This is bullying!
After breakfast, people crowded around the bulletin board. Don't tell me! It's happening the day after a mission? What, the battle thingies? We exchanged looks and ran to the bulletin board. A mock battle? I blurted out, eyeing the flyer.
Morning! Planning to join in today?
I don't know. We're just gonna straight up say yes. Okay. I know. Okay. We're almost at time, but you know what? The birdie's getting fidgety, so it's birdie needs a break. Yes, you do. So we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna go poopy doops. Oh, it's okay. Go poopy doops. There you go. There you go, buddy. He's a good boy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's so good. Anyway. Yeah, I plan to.
Hey, you sound motivated.
I can't use the cursed sword, so I want to test out my own strength. Well, that's true. I can't even use the cursed sword in a mock battle. I'm better with the cursed sword because I got like, woohoo, power with it. Sorry, bird. I like sat back in my chair and he was like, wah, throwing off balance.
Yeah, good luck.
I scribbled my name on the sign-up sheet and headed for the classroom.
Like, the instructors are the worst. This is bullying.
I mean, you literally just came back from a battle and they're like, keep yourself, like... But at the same time, in war, you're going to go from one battle to the next, so, like, fair. The mock battle kicked off in the afternoon. Despite just returning from Miha's village yesterday, everyone fought with impressive energy, showing no signs of fatigue.
The winner is Asaka.
Oh. Asaka's swift strike disarmed me, making my sword get stuck in the dirt. I'm sorry. Asaka held out his hand apologetically. No need for apologies. You're strong, Asaka, and I gave it my all. I shook his hand firmly. Right. You put up a great fight. I'll do my best for the next match and aim to defeat Abel. Yeah. Okay, I was wondering who we were going to battle, so we battled Asaka. Okay. The structure of the mock battles wasn't sequential, leaving much to chance. I was unlucky for having to fight Asaka on the third round, but I was happy I won the first two. Hey, but we won the first 2 rounds! Good for us! We're making progress. And I'm glad it was Asaka, because at least he's going to be like, hey, good job, like, good game type of thing, as opposed to if we had to fight Dick. He'd be like, weak, bitch, dumbass, and then we'd lose to him and it would suck. Hopefully at some point we kick his ass. Hey there. Nikkei approached as Asaka left. Saw your match. You did well against Asaka. You think so? Hey, Nikkei, aren't you participating? I tap out in a second in the first round. In a way, I thought it was impressive how he didn't sound miserable at all. He reacted the same to Richard's earlier comments. You'll do better next time. Best of luck. Thanks, Nikkei. Looking forward to it. As Nikkei and I observed the matches, the finals approached sooner than we thought. To no one's surprise, the last contenders were Abel and his formidable challenger, Lustin. Richard? Did Lustin not sign up? Because there's no way. Well, okay, Abel might. If Abel was up against Lustin, Abel would have beat him. But, like, yeah, see? So there's no. It would take us a long time to beat Richard because he's obviously strong. But Abel. If Abel can't beat Richard, I'm going to be really fucking pissed. Because the only person who should kick Abel's motherfucking ass in a battle is going to be me. Alright? Today you'll taste defeat. He's only going to taste defeat when I kick his ass. Believe what you want. And fighters, take your stance! Gripping tightly, they readied their swords, facing off with intense focus. Begin! Because I'm sorry, but, like, him losing to Richard, he can't. But there was a slight tension where you're like, you're not going to make him lose to this douche, are you? Their swords met with a clash even before the signal was fully given. The sharp clang of their powerful strikes resonated around the arena. Richard's especially driven today. Yeah, I mean, because Abel was just in a battle, and so, like, you know what I mean? So, like, he's expended a lot of energy the prior day. So, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You don't know that, like, Richard could beat him, but I don't want, if anyone's gonna beat Abel, it should be anyone but fucking Dickface. Nikkei was right. Richard was undeniably strong in the first mock battle, but today he looked even more intimidating. Hey, Nikkei, are you sure that Abel never lost to anyone before? Never. Not even once? I've never seen him lose since he joined the academy. Against students and instructors alike. And if he can beat instructors? No. He can't lose to Richard. You can't lose to Richard. You could lose to anybody else but Richard. Posh, Lustin, me, not Richard. Yuriana? Fucking lose to Nikkei, for God's sakes. I'd really question what was wrong with you and if you've been poisoned. But, but not Richard. Even on the battlefield, he's undefeated. Nikkei shared this with his usual gentle smile as if it were a well-known fact. That's why everyone talks about defeating Abel. No, but no one thinks they seriously can. Perhaps Lustin or Asaka might stand a chance with a bit of luck on their side. That much? Yeah, that's why Richard's amazing today. They've been evenly matched for over 2 minutes now. I see. Their heavy strikes continued on in the middle of the arena. Abel, as usual, wasn't even short of breath. Richard, on the other hand, was beginning to breathe heavily, his shoulders heaving. But his persistence and courage was something to be respected as a fellow sword fighter. I at least like that she's better than me, though, because she's like, his power and courage and persistence, all those things to be respected. And I'm like, I hope Abel kills him. She's at least, I'm trying to see the decent in Richard, and I'm like, I don't know if there is any. Richard must hate Abel. What? With Abel around, Richard can never be considered the best student. Oh. The pressure of living up to a prestigious family name and legacy must be tough. True. I guess it would be. Posh hated even the mention of his family, so I guess everyone has their issues. Exactly. Nikkei narrowed his eyes a little. Richard's doing his best here indeed, but I think it's about to end. Huh? Oh! Suddenly a hush fell over the arena. Richard's sword was sent flying, spinning around in midair before it hit the ground. It's funny, it's like when a hush fell over the arena, I'm like, the hush, would be Abel being beaten, and you're like, no, that wouldn't happen. Are we getting a line today? They just had to pause for 5 minutes for applause. And the winner is Abel. Today's mock battle champion is Abel, with Richard as a worthy runner-up. Woo! Cheers in the background. Cheers in the background. Okay. They take forever to do, like, the cheers, you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll wait for the transitions. Ow! You were being so nice, and I was just petted you for a second, and you were like, hey. And then you tried to rip my finger off. That's not nice. You're very mean. No, I'm scared of you now. Ah, don't attack me. You're a mean bird. You're very mean. You're the nastiest little bird ever. I'm going to cup you in my hands and pet you. Oh, you're so cute. No, I'm sorry. You're very, very mean. You're so nasty. You're the nastiest little bird ever. I tease you. You're not the nastiest. Sometimes you're a nasty bird. Sometimes you're very nasty and mean, but most of the time you're cute and adorable, and I love you. All right. Well, anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.